Hi all, in this video we'll walk you through the quest that unlocks a free pet, as well as the related courier functionality in Palia. While adventuring in Palia, you have probably seen quite a few players that run around with adorable little pets and wondered how to get one. Unfortunately, the majority of the pets you see are all items that have to be acquired via the premium store, meaning you have to spend real money for them. And until not long ago, this was the only option to get one of these companions. Now, fortunately, the developers have finally added a way to unlock a free petting game, and that's by completing a relatively long quest chain in the late game. So let's talk about how to get there and what needs doing. If you haven't completed all the temple quests yet, as well as the subsequent main story quests that lead to the Elderwood, then you won't be able to start this quest just yet. In this case, simply consider it a goal to reach, and as with most things, we don't recommend rushing. Instead, enjoy the game, the story, and take one step at a time. You'll reach this part of the game soon enough. The quest that kicks things off is called the Nurture of Shadows and is given by Tamala. To get it, you need to be caught up with the main story quest and a handful of quests within the Elderwood. For the first step of the quest, you have to bring Tamala several items. 1 Soon Tofu, 1 Midnight Floatfish, 1 Elderflower, and 3 Cave Pixies. Soon Tofu is a cooking recipe that can be acquired from Red's Cooking Guild store at cooking level 6. It costs 1500 gold and, amongst other ingredients, requires butterfly beans that can be found exclusively in the Elderwood. Midnight Floatfish can be caught at the shore of the Deep Woods, as well as the coast of the Meredock and Moways Way. It only bites between 6 PM and 3 AM in-game time, and your best chance to catch it is by using regular worms as bait. Elderflowers are an epic gatherable and a fairly rare find. They only grow high up on the giant trees in the Deep Woods, so be on the lookout when adventuring. One of the easier items to get are Cave Pixie. These butterfly-like creatures can usually be found within the caves of the Elderwood. Once you deliver the items, Tamala will reward you with a nice candle recipe and, as expected, has some additional demands. 10 Whitestone motifs, 3500 infected essences, 3 ancient koi, and 15 floatfish mushrooms. The Whitestone motifs can be crafted with a new recipe you have just learned, and amongst other resources requires butterfly beans and whitestone, which both can only be found throughout the Elderwood. While following the main quest, you will have already learned how to collect infected essence, so this will be a bit of a grind if anything. Ancient koi can be found in the same spots as the midnight floatfish, but luckily this fish can be caught all day. The best bait is once again regular worms. And while you need 15 of them, floatfish mushrooms are a common gatherable that can be found growing on the giant trees in the Deep Woods. Upon delivering the items to Tamala, she will ask you to place some candles around the cursed essence in the central stables. Once there, you will see some sparkles above the spot on the ground. After placing the candles and talking again with Tamala, your next task is to investigate the now revealed remnants. It's an adorable little Galdur Pup. Upon checking in with Tamala, she will now ask you to talk to the gardener. You might have guessed it already, but what follows is a bit of back and forth. When visiting the gardener, he'll ask you to place his hub next to the Galdur Pup. Doing so back at the central stables will trigger the next step and a request for another list of items. 2 platinum bars, 5 pallium bars, 1 citrine, and 30 flow-infused wood. All of these items are pretty self-explanatory. Platinum and pallium ore can only be found in the Elderwood, and flow-infused wood has a chance to spawn in Kilima and Bahari. Citrine has a chance to drop while mining clay or stone, so hopefully you'll have a few of those stashed away already. Once you have delivered these items to the gardener hub at the central stables, it'll ask you to examine the Galdur Pup again. Unfortunately, nothing has changed. Speak to the hub again and you'll be asked to return it to the gardener. After learning more about the Galdur Pup's true form, return to Tamala. As surprising as it might seem, Tamala actually wants to help the pup, but you first need to find out which item would provide it comfort. In order to do so, you need to ask around the villagers. The villagers that you need to talk to are Jel, Badru, and Einar. You can do so in any order, and once you have talked to all three of them, your quest will update with a new request for several items. 3 Elderwood Lotus, 1 Umbrum Beta, 1 Elderwood Pie, and 4 Silk. Elderwood Lotus is a relatively rare gatherable flower and can mainly be found across the Merdok, Okana Bog and Mowesway, but sometimes also along some parts of the rivers elsewhere in the Elderwood. You recognize it by the large pink blossoms. Umbrum Beta can be caught in pools and lakes across the Elderwood and its caves. It only bites between 6 PM and 3 AM in-game time, and your best chance to get one is by using glowworms as bait. Elderwood Pie is a bit trickier to acquire. You might have received one as a reward from a side quest of Delilah. And if not, then you must find and complete the discovery quest, Little Bumble's Pie, that rewards you with the recipe. Spoiler alert! The quest can be found here, right next to the statue. And finally Silk. We're sure you know how to make it, and alternatively you can always buy some at the register inside Tish's furniture store. Acquiring all the items throughout this quest chain is actually quite an undertaking, but luckily it will be worth it. Once you have gathered everything, place the items around the Galdur Pup at the central stables. All that's left is talking one more time to Tamala, and the Platinum Pup is yours. Congratulations, you deserve it. Now, let's have a quick look at this little pupper. Okay, if you're just here for the pet, then you can take a break right now. But if you would like to unlock the additional courier functionality that allows your pet to transport items home to your storage when you're out and about and when your backpack is full, then stay tuned. After completing the Nurture of Shadows, you will receive a follow-up quest called Home and Back Again. It's a relatively short quest chain, and to begin you need to speak with Ulfe. You can usually find him in the cave in the southeast corner of the Deep Woods. Before he agrees to help you, you will first need to bring him some food. 1 bean burger and 1 potato fries with ketchup. If you haven't unlocked the cooking recipes that are required to prepare Ulfe's food, then here's where you can find them. The recipe for the bean burger can be found in the cave where you talk with Ulfe. It can be looted from a treasure chest that's in a corner to the left when you enter. And the recipe for the potato fries with ketchup can be found in another treasure chest in the Elderwood. It's located just next to the south entrance to the central stables. Now, once you have cooked and delivered the food, Ulfe will tell you to craft a pack and to collect several ingredients for it. 2 Ogopu skins, 2 muskin, and 1 silk thread. Ogopu skin has a chance to drop from any Ogopu in the Elderwood. You can find them across Mitana Grove, the Fallen Aqueduct, Okana Bog, the Merdok and Mowesway. Muskin can be crafted from any mushroom at your fabric loom. You unlock the recipe when gathering mushrooms in the Elderwood. We're sure you have some silk thread laying around, but if not, you can get it from catching rare and epic bugs in Kilima and Bahari. Once all items are acquired, speak to Jel the tailor. He will help you with crafting the pack. The next step is once again to talk to Tamala. Unfortunately, she has another list of items she wants you to deliver. 1 pumpkin stew, 1 Ogopu scale, 1 Schmollspore, and a black pearl. Pumpkin stew is a cooking recipe that can be acquired from Red's Cooking Guild store at cooking level 8. It costs 2500 gold. Amongst other ingredients, it requires rockhopper pumpkin, which you can either get by buying it from the farm store in Kilima or by farming the crop yourself. The seeds are purchasable from Tamala's potion store at the Elderwood Central Stables for 500 infected essences. Ogopus scales have a chance to drop from regular Ogopus in the Elderwood. You can find them across Mitana Grove, the Fallen Aqueduct, the Meredoc, Okana Bog and Mowaysway. Schmoll spores have a chance to drop from regular schmolls in the Elderwood. You can find these mushroom-like creatures in the Red Blossom Cave, Lilac Cavern or along the coast of Mowaysway. And now to one of the items many Palians hate due to its rarity, the Black Pearl. There's a small chance to receive a Black Pearl when opening Elderclam mushrooms. They usually grow in shallow water and can mainly be found across the Meredoc, Okana Bog and Mowaysway, but sometimes also along some parts of the rivers elsewhere in the Elderwood. Wow, after all this hard work and delivering the items to Tamala, the quest will be completed and reward you with the courier functionality for your pet. By default, you will be able to send home 4 slots with item stacks from your inventory, and you can use the Courier Pet every 10 minutes. While it's a seemingly endless quest chain, you get not only the pet, but also the courier feature for free. Now, we really hope you found this guide useful. If you did, please don't forget to leave a comment, give us a thumbs up, subscribe or become a member of our channel.